My name is Chris Kosakowski, and I am one of the educators on our campus project team, and I'm also one of the educators on our workplace sexual harassment initiative.
So I'm actually a master's in social work. I got my undergraduate and graduate degree at SU, and that's where I actually started doing this work, was being involved in a lot of the groups on campus talking about these issues. Vera House is an organization that's vision is a world free of violence and abuse, and our mission is to prevent, respond to, and partner with the community to end domestic and sexual violence.
Who are the founders of this organization?
So Vera House is actually a comprehensive agency that was started as a rape crisis center and also a domestic violence agency. That in 2005 we realized that a lot of the folks experiencing these things oftentimes have an overlap of needs. So in 2005, both of those agencies merged to create what Vera House is today.
How has this organization changed since day one of its establishment?
I think over the course of history, a lot has changed when it comes to domestic and sexual violence, how we think about the needs of victims and survivors, the services that we're able to provide. Historically, this has been labeled as a women's issue. We fought really hard to really expand our services so that all folks are able to receive services. The level of prevention education that we do has shifted over time, and a lot of the other services that we've added in over the course of time have shifted.
So what are some of the future projects you see Vera House taking part of?
Yeah, Vera House right now is really committed to doing a lot more preventative efforts and looking to see what populations we aren't reaching. Are there more folks out there who don't know about us? And what more can we be doing to, be more self-sustaining and also help to end this a little bit more?
Mm-hmm. So what would be like the biggest challenges facing this organization right now?
I think that some of the biggest challenges that we face are people don't want to see this stuff continuing to happen, but they don't really know how they can be involved or what they can do to help stop these issues. And also just the nature of nonprofit work, sometimes with funding and grants, things shift and change. So making sure that we're still able to stay around and sustain ourselves financially to be able to help the clients that we serve.
So how would Vera House be effective within the Syracuse community itself?
So for the Syracuse community, Vera House, we try to be as visible as possible and to be able to help out as many different types of people as we can. A lot of my work specifically is focused on college students. So I go to all the colleges in the area to provide trainings and also some advocacy work. I know a lot of our groups are focused on different communities and different areas of the city that we can be able to be as present and visible across the county as a whole.
So how has being part of Vera House influenced or changed your lifestyle?
I think doing this work, you don't just clock out at 5 p.m. and stop, caring about these issues. These are things that for me have been very personal. Almost every single person that I know has experienced some level of, these issues affecting their lives. So how I, interact with my friend groups when I go out on the weekends, how I interact with people, I'm never not doing this. I'm never going to remain silent if I'm hearing things that are problematic. I'm never not gonna, step in and speak up for someone if I see something going on. So for me, this isn't just a job, this is my life's work.
So what would be one thing you could take away from being a part of Vera House?
I think working at Vera House has really shown me that, I'm not the only one that cares about these issues. I'm not the only one working to fight to end domestic and sexual violence. And it's not just the other people that work here. I've been really lucky to work with a lot of students on these issues and be a part of a lot of campus communities where, seeing groups of students come together on their own to talk about these issues and really want to be involved has really been something that I've been really empowered and encouraged by doing this work.
So what are your various roles and responsibilities within Vera House?
So primarily, I'm an educator. I only work on college campuses, so there's 9 colleges in this county that I work with to talk with students, staff, and faculty about these issues. I can also act in the role of an advocate. So if there's a student who's experiencing these issues and doesn't know who they can talk to, where they can go, what help that they can get, I can act as a support person for them in doing that.
So as a social worker, have you ever been burnt out? And if so, how did it happen? Or how did that happen?
Yeah, so burnout can be something that social workers specifically, but anyone working in this field doing human service work or working with these types of issues can experience burnout, where the ongoing fatigue of talking about these things and working with clients can start to kind of wear away at your patience and at your empathy. Thankfully, I have a really supportive team here, and I'm actually in charge of our self-care committee that we established to give staff here skills and techniques on how they can, handle some of those stresses to prevent that burnout from really getting to be too much.
So there would be like some specific techniques that prevent burning out.
Sure, yeah. I think to prevent burnout, it really takes understanding self-care and how holistic that can be. So how your physical well-being, how your social well-being, how your emotional well-being are all connected. And sometimes it's just doing basic things like finding a good supervisor to talk to, making sure that you're, taking a break away from your desk, drinking enough water. All of those things can kind of, if you have your routine, and that can help to prevent burnout.
All right, thank you.